In the quiet light of dawn, the story of every euro note begins as cotton in the fields.
Precision harvesters separate fiber from stalk, feeding a continuous river of cotton into the supply chain.
In the open field, raw softness becomes compact, traceable units ready for transport.
Each marked bundle carries an identity, destined to become high-security paper instead of simple cloth.
From rural roads to industrial corridors, the raw fiber moves closer to the heart of currency creation. Here, industrial power meets security discipline to transform cotton into banknote paper.
Before fibers enter the line, identities and origins are verified with rigorous control.
Every batch is measured, logged, and tested because security begins with consistent material.
In controlled labs, fibers are evaluated for purity and strength before joining the pulping stream.
Layer by layer, unwanted fragments are stripped away, leaving only clean, resilient fiber. Immersed in water and motion, cotton becomes a uniform pulp ready to form banknote sheets.
Even at this early stage, invisible and visible security elements are woven into the paper itself. On the forming wire, a fragile film of fibers stretches into the continuous base of future euro notes.
Precision relief tools imprint hidden images into the paper, revealed only when held to the light.
Heat and pressure lock the cotton fibers into a durable, crisp substrate built to withstand years of circulation.
Continuous reels become traceable units, each logged for security and quality history. Measured cuts transform the endless web into uniform sheets, ready for high-security printing. Behind locked doors, blank but precious sheets wait for the intricate layers that will turn them into euro banknotes.
From guarded racks, prepared sheets begin their controlled journey to the printing presses.
Only after multi-step authentication can banknote paper leave the vault for the next level of control.
Inside secure circulation routes, every movement of each pallet is watched, recorded, and logged.
Even a simple floor change becomes part of the documented path of future currency.
Chain of custody shifts from storage to logistics, but traceability remains unbroken.
Armored carriers secure each load, treating blank sheets with the same respect as printed banknotes. Once sealed and recorded, the vehicle becomes a moving vault carrying the raw canvas of euro notes. Escorted by layered security, the shipment leaves the paper mill for the specialized world of banknote printing. The journey crosses from general industry into a tightly regulated security printing district.
Here, logistics meets law-enforced protection around the center of euro note production.
No seal, number, or document is taken on trust. Every detail is checked before entry.
Once inside the inner perimeter, movements are constrained to carefully controlled transfer points.
Keep coming, steady!
Trucks are opened only from within the controlled environment, eliminating exposure to the outside.
Even a discarded seal becomes part of the audited trail, verifying each shipment's integrity.
Within the printing compound, new vehicles and routes take over, linking docks to the press halls. Multiple layers of authentication stand between raw paper and the presses that will transform it. This is the industrial heart of euro note manufacturing, where blank sheets meet high-precision printing.
With the sheets aligned at the feeder, the next phase will imprint the first visible layers of the euro design.
Behind this controlled facade, some of the most secure industrial printing operations in Europe take place.
Multiple layers of physical surveillance guard the boundary, long before anyone reaches the front door. Every person entering the facility is identified, authenticated, and logged into the system. Controlled vehicular access prevents unauthorized traffic from coming anywhere near sensitive production zones.
The reception area showcases the complexity of the product, even while keeping real production far from public reach.
Here is your temporary badge. Your escort is waiting through the glass doors.
Visitors follow tightly defined paths, their movements restricted and monitored at every step.
Before entering the production areas, staff standardize their protection and appearance for safety and traceability.
Multiple internal checkpoints divide the building into zones, preventing free movement between sensitive areas.
As staff move closer to the presses, sound and vibration build, signaling the industrial core ahead. From above, the hall appears like a living mechanism, each line coordinated with the others in precise rhythm.
On the production floor, noise and movement define an environment built for continuous, high-precision printing.
The hall is laid out to keep material flowing forward, from blank substrate at one end to finished sheets at the other.
Each denomination has its own configured line, tuned to that note's colors, plates, and security design.
From a central control room, engineers monitor throughput, registration, and alarms to keep the process stable.
Safety systems are integrated everywhere, designed to halt production immediately if anything goes wrong.
Hidden above eye level, utility and ink systems feed the presses with precisely controlled resources.
Inks are prepared to strict recipes, tuned for durability, color stability, and machine readability.
With substrate, ink, and infrastructure in place, the line is ready to pull the first blank sheet into the printing sequence.
Before real printing begins, the system tests sheet pickup, alignment, and feeding stability.
Optical systems confirm that each sheet is perfectly positioned before the first color ever touches the paper. Mechanical lathes correct tiny deviations, keeping every sheet within tolerances measured in fractions of a millimeter.
Vision systems search for imperfections that could compromise print quality or security elements later on.
Unfit sheets are removed automatically, ensuring that only flawless substrates enter the printing stages. Alongside automated checks, trained eyes verify that each batch meets central bank specifications.
Controlled airflow keeps dust away from the sheet and plates, protecting the fine lines of the Euro's design.
Auxiliary markings provide reference anchors, so subsequent layers can be overlaid with extreme precision. Sampling ensures that any deviation in a batch is caught early, before major value is added downstream. Redundant detection systems guard against mechanical errors that could damage plates or waste high-value material. When every early-stage parameter is in range, the line is cleared to apply the first layers of ink. Freshly cleaned blankets ensure that the fine elements of the Euro's background patterns will print sharply.
Controlled agitation keeps pigments evenly dispersed, preventing tiny flaws that could weaken security features.
In these last few centimeters, the substrate is cleaned one final time before receiving the intricate artwork of the Euro design.
In a single pass, intricate background designs begin to emerge from what was once plain security paper.
Successive units stack translucent inks, building the Euro's complex visual structure without ever losing alignment. The sheet now carries the basic visual identity of the note, ready for the tactile intaglio layers that define its character.
Computer-controlled vision checks ensure that every color sits exactly where it belongs on each future note.
After offset, the sheets change lines, moving toward the high-pressure intaglio process that creates the Euro's raised feel.
Intaglio plates carry ink only in their recesses, ready to push it deep into the paper under tremendous pressure. Under tons of pressure, portraits, numerals, and key design elements gain a distinctive raised texture you can feel.
Human touch complements visual checks, ensuring that each note will feel unmistakably authentic in hand.
Automated systems constantly hold pressure and ink within narrow limits, preserving both durability and detail.
Microprinted text adds another layer of protection, difficult to reproduce with standard commercial printers. Special inks shift color under changing angles, giving cash handlers a quick, intuitive security check. Carefully controlled drying prevents smearing and ensures that raised and special inks cure to their designed hardness. The reverse side of the euro is printed in a synchronized sequence, keeping both faces in perfect registration. Light-through checks confirm that front and back motifs line up exactly, another barrier against counterfeiting. Before cutting, serial numbering systems are synchronized, so each note will carry a unique, traceable identity.
With each impact, distinct serial numbers link the future notes to production records and circulation tracking.
By the end of core processing, the sheet looks like money, but still needs structured drying, inspection, and precise cutting.
Carefully aligned stacks protect edges and registration, preparing the printed sheets for controlled drying and later finishing.
From the core printing lines, these high-value sheets now move into controlled curing and transformation stages that prepare them to become individual euro notes. After core printing, high-value sheets pause in a precisely controlled climate to stabilize inks and substrate. Each stack is logged with time and location, ensuring traceable curing cycles for every batch of future notes. Environmental stability keeps inks from offsetting and preserves the crisp relief created by intaglio printing.
Sample sheets confirm that curing has locked the pigments and textures in place before any cutting begins.
From curing, the sheets enter a transformation hall, where they will be sliced, trimmed, and prepared for individual note handling.
Jogging eliminates microscopic misalignments, so that every cut line will land exactly between note frames.
Each stroke splits the macro sheet into clean strips, an intermediate step between large sheets and individual notes.
Parallel conveyors distribute the strips to secondary cutters that will separate individual rows of notes. These high-speed rotary units divide strips without damaging edges, preserving clean borders on every future note. Intermediate stacks make handling manageable, grouping note segments before the last precision cuts. At this stage, the long journey from field to substrate consolidates into separate, standardized euro banknotes.
My-speed counters ensure that each bundle contains exactly the specified number of notes, no more, no less.
Bundles become standardized units of value, each strap linking them back to precise production data. Manual spot checks validate the automated systems, confirming clean edges and consistent print across samples. Protective wrapping prevents mishandling or mixing of bundles as they move between stages of verification and storage.
Bundles consolidate into bricks, the basic physical logistics unit used throughout storage and distribution.
At the transformation stage's end, individual notes are reorganized into secure, trackable pallets ready for intensive quality control.
Each pallet becomes a digitally tagged asset, linking its physical contents to the central tracking systems.
With physical transformation complete, the focus shifts from mechanical conversion to rigorous automated and laboratory checks on every batch.
Leaving heavy cutting behind, the notes enter a world of sensors, scanners, and precision robotics.
Robots handle the heavy, repetitive movements, keeping human hands away from constant lifting while preserving strict control.
Every brick's digital identity is confirmed before its contents are sampled and analyzed note by note.
Advanced scanners measure print quality, size, fluorescence, and embedded features at speeds no human could match. Any note that fails automated checks is separated instantly, ensuring only compliant pieces move forward. Supervisors watch live data streams, ready to intervene if any parameter deviates from defined quality windows. Dimensional checks verify that every note will stack and handle correctly in ATMs, counters, and wallets.
Defined sampling plans feed controlled subsets of notes into laboratories for deeper analytical testing.
Automated storage systems keep high-value inventory secured, organized, and instantly traceable without manual rack handling. AGVs replace forklifts for internal moves, reducing human error and improving movement traceability.
Central software synchronizes physical flows with digital records, ensuring no batch ever loses its history.
Even the packaging around notes is scrutinized, preventing substitution or tampering between processes.
Every anomaly leaves a digital trace, forming an auditable record of the plant's responses and interventions.
Weight checks provide another independent confirmation that contents match the declared number of notes. Automated vault loading keeps human presence minimal around large concentrations of finished currency. Within the vault, automation stores pallets at known coordinates, tightly controlling access and movements.
Human oversight remains constant, supervising layers of automated systems that handle, protect, and track every euro note produced.
Beyond automation, specialized lines and labs focus on the finest details of each euro note's construction. Skilled staff review critical security and print features that require experienced human judgment.
Transmission checks confirm that hidden elements in the cotton-based paper align exactly with design specifications. Special dyes respond in invisible spectra, providing machine-readable and human-verifiable protection against counterfeiting.
High magnification checks verify that intricate microprinting and guilloche designs retain their integrity after full processing.
Quantitative measurements confirm that intaglio printing produces the required tactile feel for accessibility and authentication.
Edges and corners are examined to ensure notes can run flawlessly through ATMs and counting machines.
Controlled lighting and reference standards keep color shades consistent across batches and across different printing facilities.
Accelerated wear tests demonstrate that euro notes can survive long service life without losing key security features.
Controlled contamination tests ensure that even well-used notes remain readable, identifiable, and secure.
Detailed measurements complement inline checks, confirming that substrate thickness remains within tight engineering tolerances.
Statistical methods translate individual measurements into a holistic view of process stability and capability. Once testing is complete, sample material is reunited with its parent batch under strict documentation.
The finishing line consolidates all previous work into securely sealed, fully documented units ready for acceptance. Final seals make any interference clearly visible, protecting the integrity of the packed banknotes. Before leaving precision finishing, each group of bricks passes one more human sign-off against electronic records.
At the end of precision and finishing lines, the notes are no longer just printed products. They are accepted currency units awaiting formal release into the euro system. Once factory checks are complete, finished notes face an additional layer of scrutiny before they can enter circulation. Dual control entry ensures that no single person can access acceptance zones alone, reinforcing oversight.
Each incoming pallet is weighed and recorded, opening a formal acceptance batch that ties physical value to accounting records. Official sampling procedures ensure that test notes represent the entire batch, not just a convenient subset.
Within the currency laboratory, independent specialists evaluate notes against central bank standards.
High magnification imaging reveals whether printing processes are producing the crisp detail required to defeat reproduction attempts.
Chemical tests confirm that specialized banknote inks match approved formulations and resist fading or chemical tampering.
Fiber-level inspection ensures that the note paper retains the unique structure specified for euro banknotes.
Mechanical tests verify that notes can endure folding, pulling, and everyday stress without catastrophic failure.
Simulated handling and moisture exposure demonstrate that even stressed notes remain functional and secure.
Compatibility tests make sure new issues will behave reliably in existing counting and sorting infrastructure.
Realistic acceptance simulations confirm that new notes will function smoothly in the everyday devices people rely on.
Only when all criteria are met and documented do auditors formally approve a badge as legitimate euro currency.